Rival House Network.
Hey, everybody, episode 13.
What's up, freaks?
We're joined here with the whole crew.
Hello.
In studio.
The unholy trinity.
The Goose is finally in studio.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we're going to be talking about The Divide tonight.
That will be our main review, yes.
Exactly, but yeah, we got a few things to go over before that. Few sets of news. Lush, do you...
Yeah, I mean, we got a few things that I did want to bring up. First off, and I think probably most importantly, was our buddies over at Exploited Cinema, who've been, great friends of the show. Bat 32 on there actually had a house fire on Easter Sunday of all days.
Yeah.
And a lot of his equipment and whatnot was damaged. So what they're doing is they're selling their t-shirts. I think they're like, what, $15?
Yeah, fastcustomshirts.com, T-shirt Joe.
Yeah.
$15.
If you buy one of those shirts, I believe they're still doing it. I think $10 of that goes to help out Bat 32 to get him back up and running.
Get the podcast rolling, yeah.
Yeah. So if
definitely
you guys
want to get out the word for that, because they've been big supporters of us and huge fans of their show. I mean, Bat 32 and J-Dog. So go over there and
lend a hand if you can.
Yeah, buy a T-shirt. Their T-shirts are pretty kick-ass, or the one they have on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's
very cool.
So yeah, that's fastcustomshirts.com.
It had me a little envious. It was very nice. I saw the little...
I know. We need to get our own T-shirts, man.
It's coming. It's coming soon. It's already in the pipeline, I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even models, too. Sexy, hot, scantily clad models.
Male models?
We got something for everyone. Right now, I can't help the demographic.
Full frontal nudity.
I can't help the demographic is mostly dudes. But if you ladies start rolling in, we will get you some bulges to fill out this underwear that we're gonna model with Lush's face on it. And
I'll do it, but I'll be stuffing. I just want to tell you that.
I'll provide the face and the bulge. I don't care.
I'll have a wad of Kleenex hanging out the side, and
well, I meant like the actual merchandise has your face on it.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I don't want to see you modeling it.
Sure you don't.
We'll all start hitting the gym a little harder, and we'll get to it.
We'll do a couple sit-ups. I'll be all right.
That's right. Beer in hand.
Get rid of my lush gut. But yeah, definitely, fastcustomshirts.com.
Yeah.
Grab a t-shirt for the Exploited Cinema guys, and you'll be, supporting a good cause.
I'll be getting mine soon, so yeah. If you like those guys, you like us, so. Mm-hmm. Or vice versa, sorry.
Strike that, reverse it.
Yeah, strike it, reverse it.
I know I'd be the envy of my junior high if I was wearing one of those sweet, sweet tees.
Oh, yeah.
All you kids.
You'd be the envy of me, too. Fuck, I want one.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about, couple upcoming conventions. One that we will be making an appearance at coming up here in August, the 24th through the 26th, Crypticon in Kansas City.
KC Crypticon, baby.
Hell yeah. They got a pretty good guest list shaping up right now.
That's a big Twinkie.
Yeah.
Can't wait to meet my man.
Ernie Hudson.
The black one.
The black one. The lone black Ghostbuster. I feel sorry for him because he doesn't get any work.
And even the second one, man, he never gets to get arrested with them. He's always off the hook of everything. I bet you he didn't get sued in the first one. Like when they all got sued and stuff.
Dude, he doesn't get any credit, dude. Nobody wants to cast him in anything.
He's incredible. He's a working actor. I respect him. He's in a lot of stuff. Some stuff not so good, but a lot of stuff that's amazing, like The Crow and The Substitute and Airheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be there. Doug Bradley, Pinhead himself, Danielle Harris, Serena Vincent, Michael Berryman, Tom. They're doing a night.
You said Alex Vincent.
Well, Serena Vincent, but Alex Vincent's also
the Child's Play kid himself.
Child's Play, yeah. You know what? I don't know if they're related.
Are they?
I've seen some pictures of them like together. I don't know. They look like they could be. I don't know.
Chucky said that Maggie was a bitch and got what she deserved. Auntie, don't you ever say something like that. Why would you say that?
One thing I'm real excited for that one is the Night of the Creeps reunion.
Oh yeah.
Like Jason Lively, Tom Atkins, God, who else? There's a few others from Night of the Creeps, which is a fun just.
Oh yeah, that's
80s,
one of my favorite zombie films, man. It's great. Also, it's what's her name, Barbara Nedeljova, or the Russian chick from Hostel.
Like Nedeljovka.
Nedeljovka,
something like
She's
that.
freaking hot, dude.
From Hostel, yeah.
The original Hostel?
Original Hostel.
I haven't seen the first Hostel since I saw it in theaters. I actually was tempted to pick that up the other day just to...
She was the brunette that shows her tits. Does that narrow it down?
I do not remember it. I just remember...
There was a lot of tits in that movie.
She's one in the second one, too, I think. She's 1 and 2, then she's also in Children of the Corn Genesis and Strippers vs. Werewolves.
Nice.
I wish I haven't seen, but it sounds, like a pretty good title.
Great premise.
Yeah.
If it's any bit as awful as Zombie Strippers, count me out.
Michael Baldwin from Phantasm, which I'm not a huge Phantasm fan, but...
Boring.
Hopefully talk to Baldwin,
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are.
Jeff East from Pumpkinhead. Doug Jones from Hellboy. Pan's Labyrinth.
Pumpkinhead.
But, those are some of course, Doug Bradley, which we saw at the last show, the Whorehound show.
Whorehound weekend, yeah. Columbus.
Hopefully get to talk to him a little bit, so.
Yeah.
Of course, your crush, Danielle Harris.
Maybe she'll accept your proposal
We'll see.
time?
I'll find out.
Did you post those pictures, your proposal, on the Facebook page? Okay.
Yeah. They're on the Behind the Mask page. They're on my personal page.
Are we going to go there and we're going to have, are we going to be violating some kind of restrainment order?
Possibly. I don't know for sure.
It's funny because she didn't seem caught off guard when he did it.
No, she totally did. I was really hoping to catch her off guard and just have her be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this guy doing?" But she just totally went with it. She's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
She was totally cool.
She's the apple of so many nerds' eyes.
Oh yeah,
imagine
she's got to be so used to it. But yeah, she was a total fucking sweetheart. I can't wait to see her again.
Probably could have whipped it out, and she still wouldn't have probably flinched.
No,
unless it's you're a big, well-endowed man. Maybe she would have flinched. I've seen it, folks. I've seen it. I've smelled it. It smells like shit.
Man.
I like anal.
Can I smell your balls? But okay.
I smelled his balls, Maury. They smelled like pussy.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
He been cheating on me.
It's like you come home from the convention, the old lady's like, "Can I smell? I'm gonna smell your balls. Let's see who you're with. Did you fuck anybody?"
Smells like Danielle Harris's. Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna hate us
on the show someday.
Yeah, but
yeah, Danielle Harris
smelled like flowers.
Oh, her and Serena Vincent. Serena Vincent's gonna be great too. Seeing her again.
Yeah. Serena Vincent. We
she
met
seemed
her.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really attractive woman too. She's smoking hot.
I like her.
Beautiful. But yeah, we will be. I mean, and the most important thing is we'll be there. Mm-hmm. So
all three of us,
full crew.
Yeah.
Definitely get out there, have a drink with us, or a lot of drinks with us.
Yeah, you better come up and actually fucking hang out with us and not be bashful.
Yeah.
And I'm the sober one. Somebody has to talk to me because these guys will be getting crazy doing God knows what. I'll be.
Tell you what, I was bouncing off the walls in Columbus at Horror Round.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get some of those. I'm probably gonna have to get some of them baby leashes they have for these two. Probably for the after midnight hours.
Oh yeah.
Keep this guy making out from old ladies. And
put a gag ball in his mouth.
Old lady. Oh, you're talking about Carolyn
Gordon,
Stuart Gordon's wife,
which was a sweetheart.
I heard there's total penetration.
Yeah,
word travels. You know how the telephone game goes. It's probably not true.
Stuart Gordon filmed it, and it's going to be his next movie.
It was funny. I was texting Goose. I was like, "Yeah, Lush just kissed Stuart Gordon's wife on the." He's like, "What the hell? What are you guys doing up there?"
The way you made it sound had my mind
on the
racing.
cheek,
Did you see the picture of it? She's like totally. She's totally smiling and loving every second.
I did. I didn't finally get cleared up to me until those pictures surfaced.
Yeah, I think I talked to you like 2 days later, and you're like, "What the fuck happened last night?"
I don't think I said it like that.
I don't remember anymore, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy, but.
So yeah, you'll get a sample of that craziness at Kansas City Crypticon.
Yeah. When I heard that, this is exactly what I did. If you guys know what this sound means.
And on the forehead.
I just was like, I was at work and I was just like, son, like, no.
Hey, very memorable though.
Yeah,
I mean, she talked to you the next day.
Yeah. We were walking up to her. Her and Stuart were at a table together, obviously. And we were walking up there, and I wave at her, and she goes, "Oh, and she's like, I'm sorry for the scent on your dick today." No, what she said.
Sorry for the fucking yeast on your dick, but okay. Keep moving on.
So we're walking up to her table, and I wave at her. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, you." She's like, "I was just thinking about you." I'm like, "Oh, were you thinking, God, this guy, what an asshole?" And she's like, "Oh, no, you were great." She's like, "I really enjoyed talking to you guys last night." So she was
probably
really
touching herself at the same time.
If you really, if you only had so much recollection the night before, and she said something like that, had you maybe have gone, "I was great. How great was I?"
I was great, wasn't I?
You kicked off the cobweb.
I noticed you're walking with a bit of a limp there, but I don't know if it's from the age or like what did I do?
It's not your hip problem, baby. But all right.
I hope she doesn't listen to this show.
Moving on to the next bit of news here.
Real quick, one other thing I wanted to mention was the Horror Hound coming up in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That's in September. I don't remember the actual dates, but...
Is that the out on the dam?
Yeah, that's the Terminator reunion.
Judgment Day. Yeah. Horror Hound Judgment Day.
And I think they're going to have like Michael Biehn there. They're going to have
Linda Hamilton.
They're going to have Bobby Budnick himself.
That alimony money from James Cameron must be running pretty shy for her.
Not anymore. He just made a bundle on Titanic 3D. So.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's probably why he put the Titanic out in 3D.
And Arnie's not going to be there, eh?
No. Arnie's too big to be there, man.
I know, man.
It's a bunch of washed up you know.
Hey, now.
These are people that I wish would,
Speaking of that, Eddie Furlong's going to be there.
He was there last year, actually.
We've talked about Eddie Furlong. I love Eddie Furlong.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in some great movies, but as of it's probably been a pretty good 10 years that he's been nothing but garbage, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I liked him in Night of the Demons.
Night of the Demons, the
remake.
It was
an
drug
okay. Addict.
We've talked about that.
Fits him well.
It's an okay movie.
Yeah, he looked a little rough.
But issue fit. But, like I said, even post T2, he was in amazing movies. We all know American History X. And you guys probably never seen this movie. This movie I would like to talk about one day in depth. But did you guys ever see Animal Factory?
No, you were telling me
Willem Dafoe?
Willem Dafoe.
I've seen parts of it.
And it was directed and I believe written by Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
And he wasn't actually in the flick, I don't think. But it was, and Tom Arnold's in it too. Mm-hmm. And there's a scene, I don't want to give it away. Yeah. But, whatever, he sticks his thumb up Edward Furlong's ass because he's trying to get him prepped.
You tell me about this all the time.
I love it. And he's trying to but he hasn't actually sodomized Eddie because Willem Dafoe ends up freaking coming into his day and he kind of recruits him in his gang and takes him under his wing. It's a great movie if you like that kind of stuff.
Sounds right up our alley.
Dude, I've never been
Sounds right up your anus.
I've never been so scared of Tom Arnold in my life. But
such a lovable guy. Was Roseanne there too? Fucking eating his ass.
Tom Arnold's a big teddy bear that'll stick his thumb up your ass.
What do you expect, Harry? Helen's a flesh and blood woman. You're never there.
It's only a matter of time.
What kind of sick...
Stop trying to cheer me up!
What kind of sick bitch takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer?
Helen, she's having them to feel.
I knew
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Give me the goddamn page!
Helen. Something to do with Helen, I'm guessing. She's having an affair.
And Cohagen won't get these people air.
What is the story? Maybe this is old news and it eventually got scrapped, or is it recent news about the True Lies 2?
I remember hearing about that, but...
Was something that kind of resurfaced lately, or was that something that was in the works a long time ago and it got scrapped?
I think it got scrapped because of the whole, 9/11 attack and everything, so... the whole terrorist thing and...
That's blown over now, though, right?
Too soon.
I was reading, don't seriously quote me on this, that James Cameron was actually putting together a special edition of a True Lies Blu-ray, which isn't on Blu-ray yet, but but it sounded like the way the article was written that he was actually helming it. Therefore, it sounds like it might be a pretty fancy schmancy.
One of my favorite films. I love True Lies.
It's fun.
Dana, hold on. Daddy will catch you.
Jump.
You're fired. Some cheesy one-liners in there.
Oh, I had some great ones.
So you got any more news or anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know of any like upcoming DVDs? I mean, I know one that just got released was The Divide, which we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. But you know of any others? I know one little tidbit of information. Our pals Jen and Sylvia Soska, their movie Dead Hooker in a Trunk is now streaming on Netflix,
which I'm excited about because I'm the only one of this trifecta that has not seen it. And I shall. Tonight, I will
definitely watch it. Yeah, it's a goofy, fun, just bloody, silly ride, and it's great.
When are we gonna have them back? I love listening to that interview, and I wasn't a part of it.
Well, they do have. I mean, their upcoming. I think their upcoming movie, American Mary, is kind of more of a straight up horror film, and they should be just finishing up in post with that now. So they keep saying that more info's coming soon, more details are coming soon. So
very cool. We'll hit it up.
Hopefully we hear something about that.
Some other releases, of course, American Dad Season 7, which I've been really getting into American Dad.
Season 7 already?
It's being released. I've been watching that. Like, I was a huge Family Guy fan, but now I've been watching a lot of American Dad.
Seems like just yesterday when I was bashing that show.
You don't like it?
I don't. Well, the thing is, I've caught a couple episodes in later years, and it's actually a lot better than it was. But when it first came out, that first season, it was just not funny, and it followed the other animated lineup, and it just, to me, it wasn't. I'm like, I don't understand why Seth MacFarlane's time was going to it, but obviously it picked up a little bit. And you liked it from day one, and I didn't get it at all.
No, it was like in the shadow of Family Guy, kind of.
I didn't get the humor at all.
Better than the Cleveland show. That show sucks.
Yeah, that show is really, really bad.
That one, the Roger Corman cult classics, the Nurse Collection, which actually has the Candy Striper nurses, private duty nurses, night called nurses, young nurses. So 4-pack, 4 movies on one.
You know what? That was actually, I think, one of the. I mean, it's not those, but one of the first pornos I ever saw was called Candy Stripers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like this whole hospital where everybody was just banging. Like, fuck, check me in.
So yeah,
throw myself down the fucking stairs or something. Oh, I broke my leg.
The Corman Collection. So looking forward to that.
We blow the PG rating 5 seconds out of the box every time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's something, PG. Patch Adams says laughter's the best medicine, but I think it's a blowjob.
Lord. I'm sorry, Grammy. I'm sorry, Pop.
But yeah, that's all the DVD releases for this week, I see.
Okay. One thing I did want to kind of pimp too was some of the people we met out at, because this is obviously our first
legit show.
Yeah, our first show since Horror Hound. So I did want to kind of throw a bone to some people, and I meant that in like no dirty way.
We don't want to hear your story about people's wives again.
What?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? No, just some of the folks we met out there, man. We met some really, really fucking cool people out there, and some of them we've posted up on like the Facebook page and stuff. But like Lost or Photography. Lost or Forgotten Photography. You can find them at Lost or Forgotten.
Yeah.
Damn it! Holy shit!
Come on, Lush.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
How many cans is that next to your chair? Bottles?
Yeah. You're gonna hear them clinking over here in a second.
High life tonight.
Yeah. Lost or Forgotten Photography. You can find them at lostorforgotten.com. They do like kind of like zombie pinup calendars and posters and t-shirts and all kinds of shit. Really, really cool stuff if you're into like pinup girl stuff or scantily clad dead chicks. Check them out. I did an interview, kind of an on-the-spot interview with George and Gremlin. It was at an after party at Horror Hound. So yeah, you can see that interview on the website and stuff. But
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. They were really cool. Jab Pictures. We talked to Jason Hoover.
That was a cool little interview we had with them.
Yeah, you can find that one too.
Looking forward to checking out some of his stuff.
Yeah, they've done a couple films, and right now they're working on these kind of anthology films called The Collective, and I think they've got a couple volumes of that out. And they also, I mean, you can go to their website, jabpictures.com, JABB pictures.com, and you can, find their movies on there, and they also have some fucking killer t-shirts, really offensive t-shirts.
What?
The one that
I borrow your mouth? That's the one I like.
Yeah. The one that I almost bought was Dead Girls Do Anal.
You would buy that.
I was so close to buying that shirt.
You can still buy it online, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm sure the old lady would love that, Lush.
Oh, and you see, I almost bought it just to piss her off too. Who was some of our other buddies out there? The Dolls of Despair.
Dolls of Despair.
Yeah, they were really, really cool. You can find them at dollsofdespair.blogspot.com.
I think they gave us the most hits on our YouTube videos too from once we were out there, just because they were like, scantily dressed and all that stuff.
Oh, you're thinking of the She-Devils.
Oh, is that the She-Devils?
That's the She-Devils.
Oh,
you fucked up. Oh, I'm telling them on you.
I go for it. I don't give a fuck.
You're gonna be on their shit list now, buddy.
I saw some pretty scandalous looking pictures of you and the She-Devils involving some jugs and your melon.
And some
the bra shots.
Shots.
Yeah, the bra
taking
shots.
shots out of people's tits.
Yeah, they were good. They were tasty.
Never do that to me.
But yeah, no, the Dolls of Despair, I think they pretty much do what we're doing. I mean, I think they do a podcast and really, really cool chicks, man, and they're just all about the horror and shit.
Oh yeah. Which we're hoping to talk to them in the future.
We're definitely going to get in touch with them at some point soon. Yeah, dollsofdespair.blogspot.com. The Nightmare Man, he does like kind of a YouTube show.
He seemed really cool.
Really, really cool guy. www.nightmarehour.webs.com. So check him out. What you just brought up, the She-Devils, they were there for old school cinema. It's OSSmovies.com. And you can also go to SheDevilsFilm.com. They got like 5 movies that they've done. Their latest one is called She-Devils A Go-Go. And it looks just like, good, fun, low-budget splatter stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking Dolls of Despair. Yeah, I actually just downloaded a few of their podcasts, and they did some pretty kick-ass interviews. But, yeah, check them out. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm fucking on Cloud 9 right now, so.
It's Peoria, Illinois all over again.
No, don't remind me. And then... God, what was one other one? PackRatComics.com. Those guys do some little videos and stuff, and they talk a lot of comic books and shit like that. They were really cool guys.
What about that drive-in horror show? Or
yeah,
we were talking to those guys for quite a while, and they seem like really cool.
Yeah, they just actually sent us a few DVDs, which of course we have not got the chance to watch yet. But yeah, it's available on DVD. It's called Drive-In Horror Show, and I believe you can get that through you can go to driveinhorrorshow.com.
Yeah,
or if you want to check out any of their other films, you can go to, I believe it's midnightreleasing.com.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for that, and that looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to some of those people that we met out there. They were all really, really nice. And I really enjoyed spending some time with them. So yeah, check out those websites, and then of course new friends, old friends. A little shout out for our buddies over at HorrorHappyHour.com. Go check out their website for all things horror. Yeah, I mean that pretty much covers my pimpin' section here.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's about all I got for that.
Yeah, well, from that we'll move into the next segment here. might talk a little music here in the next segment. So
are we forgetting about kind of big news announcement about our little project?
Oh, do you
want to just
should we talk about that
start it now, or do you want to start in the next segment, or
why not start now? I thought it had something to do with news personally, but
okay, that's big news.
Basically, today is the first official day that I would say that the first behind the mass production film is in production.
Yeah.
And obviously we're not really given any spoilers. I don't know.
No, it's well,
not spoilers, but any info at all.
Yeah.
Keep it a pretty tight lip.
Yeah, pre-production. Yeah, I believe I'd say has officially started.
Yes.
So we're getting the ball rolling on that. Really, really cool things are happening.
Lush wrote a good script, so
yeah, and it's something that I think we had brought up a couple of times before.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that I just kind of I wrote it in like a week. I think it started out because I got a hold of a certain camera. It was a VHS camera, and I'm like, okay, what can we do with this? And it just kind of blossomed from there. But
it's been a long time running. It's been a long time this guy's been talking about it. But we can talk about some of the people who are affiliated with it that are helping us out, that have really been cool to us.
Yeah, Spider and the Fly Effects.
Mm-hmm.
That's who's going to be doing all of our makeup and gore and set design and stuff like that. Really, really talented people. Ryan Lacey, who's the head of that, he's just really taking the bull by the horns. He's really excited about the idea, and he's doing us a big favor by doing this for us, because he really knows what he's doing. He's been doing effects and effects makeup for 15, 20 years, I think he said.
Yeah.
So he definitely knows his shit, and we feel really, really lucky to have him on board.
I want to tell people about the Dead Hour and things that he's got going on.
Yeah. He has come on as executive producer for the Dead Hour. You can find that at thedeadhour.com. We've talked about that many times. It's kind of a horror anthology series, kind of Twilight Zone, Tales from the Cryptish.
Yeah, Goose and I actually checked out a few today, and production value is great on
very,
those.
very, very, very good. Absolutely.
Yeah, and they're great people. And so he does all the from season 2. He did all the starting on season 2. Ryan did all the special makeup effects and whatnot for the Dead Hour. So if you watch any of those, you can see some of his work. The one that we're doing is going to be a little more extreme, I'd say, than any of the stuff that you've seen on the Dead Hour so far. I think they're going to start getting into some of that territory, but yeah, I mean,
it is a short film.
Yes,
we're not really going to get into details, but call recall. This is a after post edit.
RiverMan's the guilty party this time. I've done it before.
Anyway, it's a short film. I think that's about all we should really give away in pre-production. Yeah. But we will kind of hint at that by the end of this week, some point in the next few days, we'll be announcing a casting call.
Yes.
For 4 main characters and a few smaller characters, I would say. But I think that's pretty much all we should really say. But so be on the lookout for that on the official website, the Facebook page, and check.
Depending on how things come together, too. I mean. That the post for the casting call could be up before the show airs. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening to it now and you haven't seen it, definitely check the Facebook page or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I think we've had people that have really stepped up and gotten behind the idea and are getting really excited about it. So yeah, I mean we're all really stoked. It's our first the first film project for all of us.
And well, when we get that information out there, we'll also include all of our contact info and updated stuff. Like, we
definitely
our official emails to our website and all that stuff, where you can let us know if you're interested in, pretty much what we'll hear from you.
Definitely. And yeah, we'll, obviously we'll keep everybody posted on the progress and stuff. And
we won't drag you into an old dingy basement expecting you to audition for whoa, River's little movie. It'll be a professional setting, I swear.
We'll try to make it as professional as possible. It'll be about as professional as the show has been so far.
Yeah. So you know what you gotta do to the producers, baby. Zip my pants. No. You want this role, don't you?
Well,
that's the big that's the big announcement. You know, we're all very, very stoked about it. We can't wait to get it started, and really can't wait to get it out there for all of you guys to check it out. You know, and I think it'll be really cool. I hope everyone enjoys it.
We're going big or not going at all, basically. And like I said, it'll be a really, really cool thing. And honestly, what's most important to me is it's going to be the first of many different endeavors.
Yeah.
That's what it's about for me. Mm-hmm. So definitely.
Yeah, this is kind of the jumping off point as far as this aspect of Behind the Mask Presents goes. You know, we're really, I mean, we got the podcast, the website, the fucking Twitter, I mean, just all kinds of shit with that and all this stuff. And now we want to jump into this new kind of phase of Behind the Mask Presents and make a movie. So.
I'm always 3 steps ahead of the game, and the way I feel is I'm looking forward to this, but I'm really looking forward to what comes next. And I'm really, really looking forward to what's coming next and next. Mm-hmm. So, absolutely. So, keep up to date on the pages and stuff, and we'll get that out to you here in the next couple days.
Definitely.
All right, that'll lead us into a break, and we'll be back here in a second. So, stay tuned.
Yeah.
If you've ever considered stepping behind the beaded curtain at a sleazy video store, if you've ever watched something so vile that you had to lock the door behind you, if you currently have a VCR still connected to your home theater, then get yourself over to Exploited Cinema at exploitedcinema.blogspot.com. Bat32 and J-Dog always keep it greasy, and remember to keep telling yourself
it's only a podcast.
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 Hey, we are back. What's up?
I think we had to talk a little bit about music. I think we had a couple of questions, but before that, pretty much anything I've been listening to lately, I've been just throwing up reviews on the official website, BehindTheMaskPresents.com. So if anybody reads those, obviously, feel free to comment there. But what have you guys? I mean, you guys aren't so vocal on that on the site. Is there anything you guys have been listening to lately? It doesn't have to be rock or metal. It could be whatever. I mean, me and River were singing or rapping a little Pac today, having some fun.
Oh yeah, listen to some Dre and some Pac
on the heels of the whole hologram thing.
Which I was streaming that, by the way, when I saw that. I was streaming that live, and my jaw dropped. I was doing double takes. Like, has he been hiding all this time just so he could make a big splash at Coachella?
That was his grand master plan.
I mean, it was nuts, man. I hope
Machiavelli.
I really think it's cool, but only to an extent. Hopefully, everybody doesn't start exploiting it really bad, and because if there's money to be made by it, because Dre says that he wants to, he's looking into making a tour out of it. I don't know whether that's like a part of Dre and friends, and let's have a little Tupac segment involved, or if it's straight up, let's just see Tupac live. In that case, stay home and watch from old VHSs.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure John Lennon will be coming back here pretty soon.
Selena, John Lennon,
Elvis,
Yoko will fuck that one all up too.
Yeah.
So like I said, it could get pretty ridiculous, and the technology that I saw on that stream was pretty incredible, and the fact that we only get better with that stuff is scary.
Oh yeah.
So. Who knows, man?
Maybe it was a clone.
It's crazy, dude. The music industry is already going down the toilet, and we're trying to figure out ways to let's whether it's people releasing special packaging to albums and stuff, bonus DVDs, and special iTunes tracks, and if you buy from this place, that place, any little thing we can do, so people will buy music.
Now let's bring back dead people.
Yeah, it's like, talk about putting... Okay, the only way these musicians make money nowadays...
Zombie Tupac.
The only way they can make money nowadays is if they tour. And it makes it not such an appealing lifestyle, because you got to spend every single day of your life away from your families, out on the road, making hardly any money, unless you're AC/DC or Metallica or Rolling Stones or God have you what. And that's already all they have. And their merchandising they sell on tour. Now, let's enter technology again, and let's bring back all these vintage artists that are dead, and let's cheat these artists again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It could hurt even their only avenue at this point. So it's a good and bad thing, like everything else. I mean, it's really neat to see, and it's I would have liked it if I would have went to Coachella. You never would see me at that hipster festival. I mean, because it's not my scene, which it's not really Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's scene either. What were they doing there? But either way. it would have been cool to see that if I was there, and it would have been really neat.
Yeah, I like immediately saw a bunch of posts like on YouTube after I saw that was happening. I saw a bunch of posts on YouTube like Tupac back from the dead performing at Coachella. I'm like, really? Come on.
It was I decided to click on it and watch it, and literally lights down, then lights come up, and they started playing. What was it again? I can't remember. I was singing it.
Oh,
come with me, and he pops up and it's just
Hail Mary.
Yeah, just rap it. You're good at it. Can you give us a little rap? Do it. You're good.
Come with me, Hail Mary, run quick, see. I didn't want to throw the N word in.
Yeah,
they
drop the N bomb on them.
Yeah. The lights come up and then they just camera upwards and you just see Thug Life. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? But yeah, anyway, it was
he should have been like, you think this is the real Tupac? It is. And then blast everybody with a machine gun.
Oh, that's what got him in this mess in the first place. Anyway.
Shug shot him.
But anyway, I know you guys, some people out there in the hip-hop, but it turned out to be a pretty big event. You got to know when Dr. Dre comes out with an album every 10, 12 years, he never tours. If he announces he's headlining something like Coachella, you know it's probably going to be special, and he pulled out all the stops. Anybody he's ever collaborated with was there, whether it's Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, of all people.
Hologram Nate Dogg? No.
Too soon, man.
I didn't know Nate Dogg passed away. He just told me that. See, I don't really follow hip-hop that much, really. And then... 50 Cent or whatever. I don't.
Eminem, yeah.
Cube should have been there, and they should have pulled out some NWA. I don't know how.
Hologram Eazy-E.
I already said that, man. I'm like, what about Easy? Why was he not there? Why, dude, even if the other guys were just too fat and lazy to do a reunion, just make holograms of the guys that are still alive from NWA. It's like, let's just have a reunion. I don't need you guys. These guys work for free. So that was that. Very cool. What have you been listening to, River? We'll start here.
Little Bruce Hornsby, a lot of Cat Stevens,
Nice.
a lot of the 70s stuff. Not so much metal. I still can't get into a metal mood, man. It's just...
That's a Pat Boone record.
I know.
Pat Boone.
It's not a whole lot, man. I podcast pretty much. I mean, I listen to those at work, so... that's the only time I really listen to music. And
I had asked River yesterday or the day before what his favorite album of 2012 was, and he's like, I haven't listened to a single record this year.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of differ a little bit. He's on top of every movie. I could easily say the same thing about movies that he said about music because, I'm listening to new stuff all the time. But, we do bounce off each other. I've been listening to a lot of Hornsby lately. Been driving him crazy with it all day, singing Every Little Kiss.
Every little one. Okay.
But I love that. But other than that, I've done reviews on the website. I've been real obsessed with the latest Meshuggah record, Coloss. So far, I know we're about, are we a third or fourth of the way into the year? We're about a third, something like that.
Third, yeah.
And so far, Coloss is my metal release of the year, and it's, it even topples Lamb of God, Resolution, or anything else I've talked about. Other review I posted recently was Flying Colors, Prague supergroup, featuring retro prog legends. You got people like Neil Morse of Spock's Beard. You've got Steve Morse of Dixie Dregs, and of more recent years, Deep Purple, and Mike Portnoy, more modern, Dream Theater, of course.
You think I'd probably be into that shit?
It's very good. It's not, you see Mike Portnoy in there and you think, oh, maybe it'll be like a heavier kind of progressive thing. And you see people like Steve Morse, who's an amazing guitar player. And if any of you guys are Dream Theater fans, he's John Petrucci's self-proclaimed favorite guitar player. And you can tell that where he got some of that style. And people like Neil Morse, credible keyboard player, and Dave LaRue, also of Dixie Dregs. These are the people besides Portnoy. These are like 70s prog rockers, not metal at all. It's like spaced out, just real good musicianship if you're into like King Crimson and crap like that. But anyway, it's not what you'd expect from any of them because it's like pop. It's pop with a little bit of what you've come to expect. It's honestly the Beatles meets Queen meets Yes. And it's with some modern contemporary because they brought in an alternative pop singer who was known for a band called Alpha Rev, who had moderate success in the 2000s on the pop charts. So it's got this weird alternative modern thing put through this classic rock Beatles Queen filter, and it's really good. I really think
sounds pretty good.
I really think you'd like it,
Yeah.
and it's really good. Like, it's not like, you know, those records, they're kind of rare where you listen to it and they instantly grab you and you just listen to front to back. And then there's those records where you latch on to like 3 tracks at a time, then you wear those out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like, well, these ones grab you the most, but then you leech onto the next 3 until you just conquer the whole record, and it grows even better. That's this record, so definitely check out both of those. Nate, what about you? I'm sorry, Lush. What? Hey, Lush.
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as River, or in the same boat on the river. That's same boat as River. That sounds funny.
Same boat on the river.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, I try to keep up, more on the movie stuff. But as far as listening to music, I mean, I listen to music, but a lot of it's like iPod, just random shit, One guy that I don't know why I just found out about him, but I saw a live performance on Palladia, Joe Bonamassa. Mm-hmm. Holy shit,
dude, he's incredible.
Why the fuck am I just finding out about this guy?
He's making a weird big buzz lately. Joe Bonamassa.
He's actually coming here to our neck of the woods.
He is, and I would like to see. When is that?
God, I don't remember the date. Soon.
Keep me posted. He's really, really incredible. I'm a guitar geek, so I'm definitely all about that.
He's pretty damn amazing.
He's pretty incredible. That's to say the least.
So yeah, I just I just saw that live performance. It was like live at the Beacon Theater in New York or whatever, and it was pretty damn cool.
Beautiful venue, by the way.
Oh yeah, and he had like some guests on there. He had what's his name from Bad Company, Paul Rogers. Yes.
Oh man,
Paul Rogers came out for a song.
Love it.
So yeah, it was really cool. So I'd like to definitely look more into Joe Bonamassa and listen to some more of his stuff. So
yeah, and as far as if you guys haven't listened to a single record in 2012 yet, it's kind of stupid to ask you what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
But for me, the biggest one is in May. I've been counting down for the last 2 years and even longer since the kind of idea was conceived, before it was even really true. But the collaborative project between Steve Wilson and Michael Ackerfeld of Porcupine Tree and Opeth, respectively. And I'm a huge prog nerd, so I pretty much love those dudes. And that comes out in May, and it's probably going to be pretty spectacular. So anybody that's into that, check it out. Other than that, that's the big one.
Well, I think we got a few questions to answer.
Some music.
I got one I know of. Is there...
Yeah, we got a couple movie ones, and then...
Okay, well, we'll just knock out the music one I do know I have. It's from our resident music lover as well, Zachary Wells. He writes, I got a question for you guys. The Misfits. What's your favorite era and album? Mine is Walk Among Us from the Danzig era. What about you guys? Perhaps I need to have my metal punk card revoked, because I've never been big enough into the Misfits to where I could really give a respectable answer there. I mean, I'm familiar with a lot of their stuff, and I know enough to where I can tell you that I like the Glenn Danzig era. But as far as albums, I couldn't tell you a specific album that I like the best, because I don't know them apart from each other as well. But I know all the classics. London Dungeon, Green Hell, and stuff like that. But I definitely like the Danzig stuff the best. And I love a lot of the bands that they inspired, and like Danzig's solo and it's not a biased thing. I do like Sam Hain, I do like Danzig's solo stuff, and but I really do generally like his stuff better than latter. Any of you guys like?
I'm kind of in the same boat with Goose on the river.
I don't know the first
I didn't even realize we had this thing going on here.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know the first thing about Misfits.
Yeah, see, I never got real heavy into them, man.
Yeah.
I like Danzig, and I know I've heard I've heard Misfits stuff before. I know, but I never got that into them to where I could say, oh, this was my favorite era, or
they're a band that really benefited from. I'm like a lot of people of my age and era. Well, of course, that grew up with Metallica and were exposed to bands like the Misfits because they made staples out of their covers, you know. And you know, something like they did for Diamond Head, Am I Evil, you know, and that benefits those bands. So of course I grew up with Last Caress and stuff like that, and Die Die My Darling, you know. And of course I've gone back and listened to the originals and stuff like that, and like I said, exposed some other classics and stuff, but that's just kind of my genesis.
Maybe that's some digging that we'll all have to start doing.
Seriously, I mean, if anybody's, that's a really great place to start. I mean, you know, mainstream metal is what it is, and it gets people into a lot of, and sadly, a lot of people sell it out once they get into the more underground stuff, but you can't sell it out because it got you started. Right. So anybody, definitely check out something like, read your magazines, if these are artists that you like, and even if, you know, Dave Grohl, you know, Foo Fighters is really popular, and they branch out to so many different kind of markets and kids out there. Dave Grohl's into some pretty heavy stuff. He had a Probot project that he did with, you know, collaborated with people like Max Cavalera and Kronos from Venom, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Lemmy, you know, whatever. He listened to a lot of extreme stuff, so it's like, you know, start showing interest in the genesis of what made these people want to play, and maybe it'll cause you to go delve into it. And in my case, it kind of all started with like Metallica's Garage Inc. double disc record. You know, most of those bands, you know, omit Misfits, omit Black Sabbath, are old new wave of British heavy metal bands that nobody would have ever known about. And of course, they've inspired me to go out and check out bands like Diamond Head or Killing Joke or, you know, Sweet Savage and stuff like that. And it's all really, really cool. And if you like the stuff that it's being referenced by, chances are you might like where they kind of got their stuff, you know. So that's really all I said. But yeah, sorry, man, that was kind of a drawn out answer to your question.
Well, keep them coming, man. Yeah, we got another comment from Leanne Curtis on our.
Leanne.
She wanted us to plug her daughter's Jack Rock's bullying song. So
Jack Rock's music. You can go. You can find that page on Facebook.
Really talented. Really super talented.
She's like what, 13?
She's 13 years old. I mean, this girl, she's amazing. She writes all of her own music. I mean, just some of the songs. I mean, the lyrics and stuff. I mean, a lot of her songs have more depth to them than like most adult songs do nowadays. I mean, most music nowadays is just absolute shit.
Yeah.
And this girl actually puts some thought behind her music, which is really refreshing to see in a 13-year-old.
And rolling into our next segment, I'll throw the song in there, so you guys will be able to listen to that. So, appreciate that.
And that's definitely something that I think, you know, I mean, I know South Park just recently did an episode on the whole, like, anti-bullying, you know, like how everybody's kind of jumping on that bandwagon, but it is a really important issue. Something that's, you know, kind of close to me, you know, some things in my family and stuff like that, and yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely something that needs to be on the forefront of people's minds, and
exactly.
So yeah, we would definitely be glad to share that.
Yeah, well,
and we will.
Yeah, and this goes beyond just making a silly public service announcement because we got arrested for a DUI or something. You know, like okay, I'll say bullying's bad, but yeah, it's serious, it's legit. You know, we've all, who hasn't been bullied at least a day in their life when they were a kid, and it doesn't feel good.
No.
And you wouldn't want that for your child, you know? Even if maybe we were immature one day and you did that yourself. It's just be smart about it, so it's very serious.
Yeah.
Support the song, support anybody that supports it.
Yeah, we'll get that shared.
And then next we had another comment from
on a river in a boat with a goose and a lush.
Zach Wells writes in again, wondering our favorite horror icon.
I kind of... Dude, I wasn't paying attention. You'd think I was the Lush, but you know, River over here is of course.
You got some work to do, buddy.
It's quite a big mountain to climb. But he of course wanted to save it for the show, and I just went right on ahead and I posted it on our group page. Which, by the way, check out the group page.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's no secret. I'm a huge Clive Barker fan. I've always thought of like main contemporaries, Clive Barker and Stephen King, a similar era, you know, and which one is better type of thing, and I'm always in Clive's corner just because he's always really made example of quality over quantity in my opinion.
Is that what he's asking? Like
our horror icons, like who?
Okay, I didn't know if he meant like As far as like Pinhead or Jason.
Okay,
or,
I don't know.
I don't know if you meant that.
I just followed suit because I saw Leanne Curtis say that she liked
that
Jeffrey.
No, that's
Something different.
No, we were going to talk about that when you were talking about the.
Don't you silence me.
Well,
not in front of our public.
All in due time.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I guess you could take it however you want. I took it as just whatever.
Right. Well, yeah, Clive Barker's definitely up there. I'd put him over Stephen King.
If we're going over fictional characters, then you know what?
I'm going fictional.
I'll go Pinhead.
Yeah.
Screw it. I love it. And I'm talking.
Pinhead.
Do not go past the first one. The original Cenobites as a whole, and the first scary, great story, great characters, yada yada. No Pinhead from Hellraiser Revelations, please.
Fat Pinhead.
I like my Pinhead in shape.
I swear to God, did you see the comment that I left on the website?
Yeah, it was very inappropriate. I think
he looked. That's what put me off of the movie, the Hellraiser Revelations altogether. The cover of the movie, Pinhead looks like he has Down syndrome. Swear to God, he does. You're gonna go to hell now.
Remember to stop bullying, folks.
I'm not bullying. I'm just.
They're not. It's still bullying if they're not here. No, but I did a review on that as well, so definitely check that out. And but yeah, moving on.
Now I would say I love Pinhead as a kind of horror movie icon.
I'll just say the Cenobites as a whole, just the whole unit.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
The whole unit. They're like the G unit of horror movies.
Exactly.
G unit. But no, I'd go if we're talking I'd have to jump into a new school thing and say Chrome Skull, man. I love Chrome Skull.
This guy's a Chrome Skull fanboy.
The laid to rest movies.
Just so we don't get into a big jerk off section. Big jerk off.
I'd like to sit in the jerk off section, please.
Smoking. Miss Doubtfire quote. Sorry, that's totally random. But just so it doesn't become a total jerk off session, like, hey, we like everything, I will go ahead and counter that. Per his request and his reviews, I watched the first Laid to Rest. I did not think it was that good, so I did not watch the second one. That's just my opinion, and I thought it was honestly run of the mill and generic. I didn't understand.
Oh, but the effects though, the gore, the kills,
it was good.
The kills are phenomenal.
The effects were good and all that stuff.
That's what it's all about.
But as far as you were talking about the character and the depth of it, I thought it was just kind of a generic slasher. Been there, done that.
When you see that, if you watch the second one, you get a lot more in depth into Chrome Skull and his little organization and stuff. He's got this whole thing behind him, and there's all kinds of money involved, and it's not just some wacko slapping a video camera on his shoulder and killing people. There's actually a lot more to it, so definitely give the second one a chance.
It was not like, oh, this is so bad I gotta turn it off. I watched it, but it was just like,
I just thought, it's, going into it thinking, it's just a slasher movie.
Which I'm not a huge fan of anyway. Yeah. Slashers are kind of low on...
Yeah. Going into those, I want good gory kills and maybe some tits, and that's about it, really. In a slasher movie. And they delivered on that.
Okay.
So.
Mine would have to be probably from one of my favorite films. Leprechaun. Yeah. Sherman Howard from Bub from Day of the Dead, which is my favorite horror icon, and also the tattoo I want to get mounted on my shoulder. So I'm waiting for my Bub tattoo. Hopefully by Casey Crypticon or so, I'll be getting that. So
sweet.
That's my favorite horror icon. Everything about him. Just Bub, just fucking, he does it for me, man.
It's your rock hard, huh?
He does get my rock hard, my zombie dick hard. But
I'd like to retract my vote and take that same vote and give it to Juana Man in Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, what's his name? Miguel Nunez?
Yeah. All the way, man. He rocked the Thriller jacket in that movie, and he had the coolest one-liners. his line, Juana Man all the way. So.
Start a petition to get him icon status in horror. Juana Man was pretty goddamn horrific, I'll say that. I actually did see that whole movie for some fucking reason.
But that's his name to me now, so he's like, he got icon status with me at least,
I think I was hung over at a buddy's house and it was on TV and I didn't know where the remote was, so I just laid on the couch and watched the whole fucking movie.
He's also DJ in the Street Fighter movie. Congratulations, kiddo, that's great news!
Yeah.
If anybody knows that, tripe. But But anyway,
Icon.
Those are our horror icons. But we also had a comment from Leanne Curtis, her favorite horror icon. Goose kind of let it, the cat out of the bag, but hers is Jeffrey Combs, from the animator.
Oh, yeah.
So
what a great pick.
I had a total airhead moment when I read that, and of course, Reanimator is in my top 3 horror movies. I love it. Love Jeffrey Combs. Obsessed with it. But when I first read that, I thought there was a little bit of a joke to it, and I'm like, it's funny because the guy from Ferris Bueller's a pedophile. Whatever. What's his name? Jeffrey. Gosh.
I don't remember his last name.
Oh,
the redhead guy. He was in Howard the Duck and
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
But anyway, he went down for pedophilia and knew what to do. But whatever. That's the first thing when I saw Jeffrey. I'm like, it's funny. He's scary.
The pedophile guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
No, Jeffrey Combs, man. That's
Very
That's a great pick. Yeah. That guy rules, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed him in. What was it? Stuart.
Jeffrey Jones is his name.
Jeffrey Jones. That's right.
It just sounds like a fucking serial killer's name.
Ed Rooney. For Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, Ed Rooney. Mr. Rooney.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed Jeffrey Combs in, was it one of Stuart Gordon's Masters of Horror episodes?
Yeah.
The Black Cat.
We almost watched that the other night.
Where Jeffrey Combs plays Edgar Allan Poe, and goddamn he looks about just like Edgar Allan Poe.
Very cool.
And he did a great job. I love Jeffrey Combs.
It should be on Netflix. Yeah, we need to check that.
It is. We almost watched it the other day, but we actually opted out to watch.
Family.
I wanted him to watch Family with George.
Family's great.
Yeah. Isn't it not great?
Oh, so
very,
much fun.
very cool.
So much fun.
It's one of the better ones because it sticks out so well. But yeah, that's our picks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll do it for the news, or the music segment.
That was kind of
that
music segment was kind of a hodgepodge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
News,
a little
music / questions,
a little potpourri,
news, and all that shit.
A little potpourri in there.
So yeah, we'll be back with our review on The Divide. So stay tuned for that.
Attention podcast shoppers. If you have a sweet tooth, we have a special treat for you. If you download an episode of Profondo Cinema in the next half hour, we'll give you a bag of audio ear candy free to take home to the kiddies or enjoy yourself. So, hurry and download an episode at profondocinema.com.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
What's up?
We are jumping into our discussion on the film The Divide, which was just released this past Tuesday on Blu-ray and DVD.
Starring my man Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn, directed by Xavier Gens.
Who did one of my favorite from the horror After Dark Horror Fest. He did Frontiers, which actually I don't think it was released in theaters with the rest of them. It was just put out on DVD because it was probably the most extreme out of all the After Dark Horror Fest movies, but it was fantastic. And so I've been waiting. I know he did the Hitman video game movie, which I don't think was quite as well received.
With the dude from The Crazies and the villain from
Yeah.
Live Free or Die Hard.
And I never saw that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was extremely well received.
Timothy Elephant, whatever his name is.
Elephant. Timothy Oliphant. He's in that show Justified now on FX. But anyway, Xavier Gens. This is his latest effort, and
starring Michael Biehn and Laura German.
Yeah, Lauren German, who she was
Rosanna
in
Arquette.
Rosanna Arquette.
Rosanna Arquette.
Wasn't Lauren German in? Wasn't she in Hostel too?
I believe she was.
She was, wasn't she?
You'll have to look that up.
Sure,
you guys
maybe.
About, but yeah, she was in Hostel too.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She was also. She's been in a lot of stuff. But Hostel 2 is probably one of her biggest roles.
Also,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, I guess. She just plays a typical cameo for
she was
a teenager or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I remember that now.
Yeah, she's pretty solid. This is an apocalyptic film. Where basically you see the bomb go off here, in the beginning of the film, and they're all running down to a shelter or a underground bunker.
I think they're all just kind of like, they're all running,
Scattered,
and then they see
all the people from the apartment building.
Michael Biehn's character kind of trying to close this door, you know, and he's his name's in the film is Mickey, and he's the superintendent of the building. So a lot of them run over to where he's closing this door, and they're like, "Hey, let us in," and he doesn't want to, which is very obvious. But a good group of people end up getting in there, and it's like an underground bunker that I think he had originally prepared for himself.
I guess it was after 9/11,
right?
Because that whole scare, because I mean, you could tell this is kind of based in the New York area. Yeah, I mean, they never really say where they are.
They make some allusions to that. Yeah,
you can pretty much tell from the opening scene that it's in the big city and it looks like New York. But he got scared from the 9/11 and then ended up having his own shelter in the in the basement and having his own room with his canned goods and all that and water and all that stuff. So we basically get to meet a bunch of characters.
Military training DVDs and porno and all kinds of stuff.
Which is the one thing that I guess keeps them entertained down there.
Yeah, you got to have something, right?
Yeah, so basically they go down and, they start right away, they start rationing off the food, eating, beanie weenies in a can.
Yeah, it's baked beans.
That's pretty much all they have. And it starts off really quick when it comes to that. Like, the second they go down there, like, they want to eat, like, right away, which kind of caught me off guard. I'm just like... Okay, you guys just got down here and you're already,
Want to get your bearings or anything?
Yeah.
Bring on the beans.
Because, you're going to be down there for a while, especially with, the radiation fallout and everything like that.
Right.
And basically Michael Biehn is all freaked out about that. Mickey. And
duct tape around the door. He's got a big steel, like, vault door on it and shit. And
so basically, they stay down there for. I mean, they don't have like a set time, but you can tell it's for weeks on end.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that really works for it too. Is they because they would lose all track of time down there, and so they don't in the film. You're not aware of how many days have passed or whatever. I was kind of trying to gauge it on like the guy's like facial hair and stuff, but none of the guys in the movie, I don't know if they were just unable to grow facial hair or what the deal was, but it didn't seem like they were getting too full of beards, or maybe just not that much time had passed. I don't know, but I know me, I would have been fucking Grizzly Adams in that motherfucker, man. After like 2 weeks.
Michael Biehn was pretty grizzly.
Oh yeah, he was.
But he came out the box like that.
Yeah, he was just straight up grizzled the whole movie.
Which he looks fantastic in this movie, by the way. Yeah. He was really, really good.
Badass.
And you really didn't know what to think about Michael Biehn in this movie. Like, you didn't know whether to like him or hate him. I mean, of course, everybody hated him in the beginning of the film, but things might have changed towards the end. We don't want to give like away too many spoilers in this film, but we're definitely going to talk about some aspects like God, what were they? The military or something came in. They
at one point, they do have a kind of a radio down there, and one of the characters played by, I believe it was Courtney B. Vance. I don't remember his name.
Is it Delvin?
Delvin, yeah. He he's sitting there with the radio for probably like the first almost the first half of the movie, trying to get a signal out, and apparently that signal got to somebody, and these guys come in these like just crazy looking white, like armor suits.
Stormtroopers, that's what I thought. Like stormtroopers.
Yeah, something like that. But they come in and they are not friendly at all. And they actually end up taking Rosanna Arquette's daughter.
Little girl.
Okay, well, I just gave that away. But
well, I mean, that's not a huge
plot point, but they zip her up in like this kind of little, I don't know. She's like a bubble girl.
Yeah.
They zip her up in this thing,
body bag or something.
Yeah, they inject her with something, and then they zip her up in this little like cage thing, and they carry her out. And but you never really get who these people are, or
you don't know if they're human or if they're some sort of. I mean, they could be like alien life forms or something. I mean, you can't tell under their suits.
Like that's the kind of vagueness I like. I mean, in a movie like that. I mean, because if we were trapped in a storm shelter like that, or whatever the heck it was, an underground thing,
Fallout shelter,
in a situation like that, we wouldn't have time to really ask questions and do research on who such and such were either.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can't more or less keep track of time. You're not going to know who's,
Yeah, and Michael Biehn's character, Mickey, I mean, he, because they do actually end up putting up a fight with these guys, and they take a couple of them out.
Yeah.
And Michael Biehnn's character, Mickey, he's convinced that it's, as he says, the ragheads. And then they pull the mask off one of the guys, and he's like an Asian.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, let me guess, the North Koreans, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't get an answer, and I like that about it. That you don't get a definitive answer on who these people are. And Milo Ventimiglia's character, which I don't know if we mentioned him, that he stars in it, from Heroes and Rocky VI and whatnot. He's got the Stallone mouth.
Oh yeah.
But he actually goes up, through the door at one point, and there's all these like.
It's like an ET hallway. Where
Plastic sheets of like tunnles and shit, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Something out of ET.
So he gets up there and gets into all kinds of craziness, but I mean, you never, like I said, you never get a complete answer on who these people are, and I did like that.
Yeah, and they end up coming back and welding up the door so they can't get out. Which, once they weld up the door, it's like, okay, these people are fucked pretty much.
They're screwed,
which is kind of cool, and they end up spending a lot of time in this fallout shelter, and basically, I mean, they start like turning on each other and going crazy.
It gets really weird.
Yeah, and I mean, some crazy shit happens with you kind of want to get into the whole like there's some rape aspects and stuff.
I don't want to give too much away about that stuff, but God, it's some disturbing shit, man. There's at least a few scenes in there that will just really, really stuck in my head anyway. With some kind of religious aspects to it.
There's a lot of biblical Christianity aspects in this film.
God, it was just really, really disturbing. Really stuck with me.
Yeah, and I don't know. First of all, this film, like I say, the first half hour of the film, like I wasn't so much into it, but once they started like turning like the people, it was so believable. You could tell that that would actually happen. Like Patricia Arquette, Rosanna. Eventually,
Rosanna.
Rosanna Arquette, after
was it Alexis?
Weeks or months, I mean, she becomes pretty much their sex slave, which is, freaking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, after her daughter gets taken, she kind of like goes off the deep end and then just completely loses it. And like, even when somebody's trying to help her, she like lashes out at them and says, stay out of it. Like, okay.
And I mean, it's like really bleak and depressing because, they're all exposed to radiation, so all their hair's falling out and shit. And you could just tell, I mean, by their, their eyes turn pink or red or something.
And I wasn't sure if that was like due to, no, I guess because they did, they have food. I won't give away stuff, but they have food. Because at first I thought, I was like, well, maybe that's due to like the starvation process,
Yeah.
They're losing their hair, they're getting thinner and, shit like that, and malnutrition. But I guess they did have food, so.
Yeah, they had food in like a separate room that Michael Biehn was actually
hoarding some stuff.
He had a safe there, so nobody could get into it, and they ended up finding it halfway through when they were in there, and tying him up and shit, and they all got the food, and pretty much the two gay guys in the film.
You're giving away a lot.
What?
Were they really gay? I know, like, Michael Biehn calls them faggots, or he calls everybody faggot, like in the whole movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know who was really gay and who wasn't.
Weren't, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there was in the very beginning, they sure came off as gay.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they really were gay or not.
But they end up controlling the rations pretty much.
Yeah, they kind of take over.
I mean, I'm not going to give away the ending or anything like that. I mean, I just want to give kind of an overview on that. So
I really liked the consistency of the acting in this. Anybody that I'm a huge Michael Biehn fan, but I mean, honestly, he was James Cameron's go-to boy, golden child, back in the 80s and what have you not. But, you know, as much as I love him, he wasn't the greatest actor. And the biggest thing that usually hurt me with his performances was he was put up against actors that were much better, and it threw off the fluidity and it threw off the consistency. This movie, he's gotten quite a lot better than, let's say, the first Terminator movie, Aliens.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's still not Daniel Day-Lewis by any stretch. Yeah. But everybody in the film is on the same level, and it just flows, and it becomes realistic, and it works, you know?
Yeah, I thought he was good the whole way through the film.
Do you not understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. I do agree with River, though. I mean, I think in, like, the first third of the movie... I almost wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah.
Like, it just... Some of the actors weren't really pulling it off, but as it went on, god damn, they fell into their rhythm, and fuck, it just worked, and it was intense and brutal.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty disturbing. Like some of those scenes. I mean, they stick with you. So
yeah, and it's terrible to say, but God, I mean, that's probably what would happen. You know, like people get hungry and they're gonna start turning on each other, and horny. Yeah, and of course they bring up. I think was it Mickey, Michael Biehn's character brings up the whole story of that movie Alive, where that soccer team, crashes, in the mountains, and they have to eat each other and all that shit.
Cannibalism.
Yeah, that's brought up, and I mean, so there's just all kinds of things that factor into this, and it's just, I mean, that's probably what would happen. I mean,
I can definitely
you get the fucking, well, shit, any group of people together, no matter what they're like when they go in there.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what's going to happen? It's scary stuff.
And there's so many elements. I mean, you have kind of a love triangle a little bit with Ava and...
Lauren German's character.
Yeah, and...
her fruity French husband.
Exactly.
God, that guy pissed me off.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, you have, like, a couple antagonists, and, you have... I mean, you can't really tell who the protagonist is until towards the end of the film, because you don't know who you're actually following, because you're pretty much following everybody's in the same room, which is good. Like, you don't have one main character that you're glomming onto. Right.
It was a great ensemble cast. I mean, just everybody was working a certain angle, and it all worked as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
Just the fact that it really doesn't focus on one character.
Yeah. It was
which is another thing that just sucks you right into the plot, because that's the way it really would be. It's not like someone's got a spotlight on them in real life, a tragic situation.
They're all in one room. Yeah,
everybody's looking out for number one, so it's just kind of
right,
just like the movie portrayed it. So very cool.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys give this film? I mean,
based on the, like I said in the beginning, it was a little shaky, kind of starting off.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely started off literally with a bang, and it didn't really let up through the whole thing. One of my only bitches about the movie was that I think it could have been a tad shorter. I think runtime was just like a little over 2 hours,
198 or something like that. Yeah. 198,
that's a lot.
158. 158. No, it's Dances with Wolves.
It was like director's cut. 122 minutes.
I've been pushing off watching that Dances with Wolves director's cut.
Yeah, I think it was like 122 minutes. I think.
Was it 122? Oh, okay.
So yeah, just over 2 hours. I think they could have shortened it just a bit, and the pace could have been a little better.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, based on like the performances and the just sheer brutality and disturbing stuff in it, I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I think there was some things that could have been done maybe a little bit better, but overall, I mean, it was fantastic, and it was very, very effective.
So I was going to say exactly the same thing with the runtime. I mean, tit for tat would probably say the exact same thing you just said.
Yeah.
I already spoke my piece about the acting, and the most important thing is that it was consistent. It was good. Same difference. That first 30 minutes was a little slow. I mean, like I said, it more than made up for it. So I'll give it a 3.5 to 4 or something like that out of 5.
And I would have to say, I wish I could have got, in the beginning, I wish it would have been a little longer and maybe shorter towards the end, because
Some build-up action.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole... I mean, it just went really fast in the beginning, and I don't know, some of the aspects kind of, threw me off guard. I'm like, they're kind of just rushing this a little bit in the beginning. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I can agree with it being a little too long, but I think there's certain scenes that should have been longer, especially when they first got in the fallout shelter. But I would give it, maybe a 4 out of 5 or a 7 out of 10 or something like that if we're grading on that scale. Mm-hmm. But Michael Biehn was great, and the acting, just like we were saying, that it wasn't so strong in the beginning, but once they started going crazy and. The characters really shined when that happened. So
some of those performances were just like heartbreakingly good.
It was
exactly. I was like, oh man, come on.
It's a movie that you can't watch a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
It's once you won't revisit a whole lot, but
not a ton of rewatchability on it.
It's nice to at least check it out once, so you say you can see it or seen it. And all that, so. Overall, a very very strong film, I think. Mm-hmm. And one of the better apocalyptic. That's what I was going to say. It's been, I mean, the production quality is great for, I don't know if it was limited releasing or.
Yeah, it was put out by Anchor Bay, right?
Anchor Bay put it out, yeah.
Anchor Bay put it out, yeah.
Which is pretty cool because, I mean, you don't see Anchor Bay shit.
It seems like they're kind of coming back around now.
Yeah, they've had a few titles out there. But, I don't know, Frozen and a few other ones.
Yeah, they're kind of coming back around.
It's good to see that, but, that'll probably, kick it for our review there on The Divide. So, go check it out. And
definitely watch it.
Just came out this week, so give it a watch. But, we'll be back to close out the show here. And we'll see you guys soon, so stay tuned. Hey, we're back.
Yeah, on the flip side of the review.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I certainly did.
I hope you check out the movie too.
And if you got any feedback on the movie, leave it on the Facebook page and or the group page. Mm-hmm. If you haven't joined the group page, do so.
We'll get into some fancy schmancy conversation in there.
There's quite a bit, man. There's a lot of shit going around on that group page. I like that.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun conversation.
If you like Urkel, if you like Reginald Vell Johnson, whatever, Short Circuit, retro stuff,
hologram Tupac,
whatever, man. You know what? We welcome anything and everything.
Yeah, just post whatever you want in there,
and man. The storm will fly, and we're in there all the time, and we're heavily active in there as well. So feel free to ask us whatever you want.
We love talking to new people.
Love it, man. So, and if you get that far, like I said, give us a like on the Facebook, and do check out our website and leave us as much feedback as possible so we can make that as best we can. And
definitely
between all these three, man, this is going to be the source hub and kind of launching ground and your go-to place for the aforementioned movie that we have in the works that is now in pre-production. So
the new film from Behind the Mask presents. Yes.
Right. If you guys are actors out there and you guys want to be in a top-notch, movie picture show.
Well, hold on, don't go that far.
What? Top-notch. I go big or don't go. Then you have to go. You have to go to those sites and you have to show support if you want to,
definitely
be in a casting call.
Yeah.
If you want to see Goose's hard body in person,
That's right.
Come to the audition.
Yeah, so
show us your hard body.
Definitely stay tuned because there will be an open casting call.
Why do I have to sit in your lap while we're signing these lines again?
Just call me Steven Spielberg.
It's like, I don't know. Not contributing.
Hand me that popcorn butter over there. Anyway.
Pull the old diner popcorn trick with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so, that might happen.
You got to check it out.
Definitely stay tuned, yes.
So we're definitely looking for peeps to help us out there.
Mm-hmm. And, if you have not done so, definitely go to the website and register.
Yeah.
BehindTheMaskPresents.com. Commenting is enabled now, so you can fucking give us a piece of your mind. Tell us we suck. Tell us anything.
Yeah.
Get on there.
By all means.
Promotion stuff to come. Giving away some cool stuff. We'll make it nice and fun for everybody.
There will be some giveaways coming.
Tell your friends. And going back real quick to the movie thing, I just want to say, we'll probably tell you, you know what, we're an equal opportunity establishment here, and, we're going to give to the best person for the job, but chances are, if you got a big rack, it's probably gonna go to you. So you know how it works.
Nice.
Make it sound like we're making a porno.
Yeah, we also want to give it.
We didn't give you any spoilers, did we? We didn't tell you anything, did we?
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to the people that wrote in on this podcast, Zach Wells and Leanne Curtis. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the support and everything. And
Leanne, thanks for your package, too.
That sounded wrong. Thanks for your package, Leanne. But yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't floating around in Oklahoma somewhere.
But yeah,
where's mine, Leanne? I know we haven't actually spoken. It's not my fault. I didn't get a copy. I didn't get it. I feel so left out all the time.
You know, we asked her about that, whenever we did the interview, and that was our first interview. When was that? Do you remember the date on that?
That was in May or June, I think, of last year.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Crazy almost.
It feels longer than that.
Dude, hey, our 1 year anniversary is going to be on the next episode, so.
Oh, really?
Can you believe that shit?
It feels like it's been longer than a year.
May 9th is, based on Facebook, May 9th is the first day we Behind the Mask started. So.
Very cool.
Well, what about, what was the date when we did our first podcast? When we did the Singapore Sling?
Yeah, it was right around that time because we just started up the Facebook page right then.
God, it just totally feels like it's been
first
longer
week
than
in May, man.
So we'll definitely do something to launch that off, and who knows? You know what? Perfect time to also launch a promotion as well and do some kind of cool giveaways. So we'll definitely be doing something like that. But anywho, folks, thank you all.
Oh, one thing real quick.
Damn it!
Sorry, I had to close out.
Sorry to put you guys to sleep, but maybe I was thinking here in the next episode we can do like a fan portion or a listener support portion of the show where you can talk to us on Skype and we can get you on and just
that is something we've been talking about and we've been throwing around lately. That would be an amazing idea.
And maybe for the 1 year anniversary of Behind the Mask, we just talk to some people about random stuff and just
we'll set up a time, a block where anybody and everybody can call. We have a Skype phone number. That's probably we don't want any of you crazed fans knowing our personal infos.
I'll throw it out there if you really want it.
I can't risk it. I shower and sleep in the nude and I keep my blinds up.
Well, yeah, you got a crazy YouTube fan now.
We saw that.
I have
she likes
your muscles. Yeah.
I have an obsessed fan.
You have to cross your arms in every video now.
Yep. She likes my forearms.
She gave the the Cabin in the Woods review thumbs down because you didn't cross your arms. So.
That's right.
That's not fair to Cabin in the Woods, even though it wasn't like an amazing film. But it's duly noted. I listen to my audience, and if you guys, maybe if you guys are lucky and you push us past that peak, and our supporters, the next one will be shirtless.
Either that or
bare chested, and then be rubbing you.
And then he wakes up in a bed with like Kathy Bates standing over, ready to break his feet over a block of wood.
Your kneecaps with a sledgehammer.
As long as you get it on
dirty
film,
bird!
As long as you get it on film, honey. My agony isn't in vain.
They call it hobbling.
Send Goose your pictures at behindthemaskpodcast@gmail.com and he will...
Are you serious? Did you just seriously put that? What was it? Did you give them the correct email?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you? What did you say?
Behindthemaskpodcast@gmail.com. That's our podcast email there.
But that's not my email.
That's not your email.
No, but seriously, we will be. That's not the official emails now. We have new emails that go through.
But that's through our podcast. What we take, listener, feedback.
That's
from,
the one I check all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll put all the necessary information that you will need to contact us about the acting stuff.
But we want to see them too. Come on.
Yeah. I want to see all your crazy fangirl boobies.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I can't help it. I'm the pretty one.
That's
cursed. I was cursed with these good looks. I look like Mr. Woodchuck, though.
Mr. Woodchuck.
But in a cute way.
I look like Joker with the glasses on.
Anyway, this is the longest outro I've ever been a part of my life, and it's turned against me. So
never hit a man with glasses.
Okay, we'll just wrap it up. Soon to be announcement, casting call. Be on the lookout for that.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
And what River over here said, we will announce a block for people to call and talk with us and be on the podcast and say whatever you want.
And giveaways.
Exactly.
And giveaways for the big 1 year anniversary. Peace out, yo.
Yeah, this is RiverMan.
And the Lush.
And the Goose, man.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye. Keep it sleazy.